Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mike.
And Sham.
And
we're
in
back.
today's video, my goodness, we are not in sync today, are we?
Nope, not in sync.
Okay,
I'm trying to
so I
give
guess
it
you
before
go.
you
Okay.
dive into the topic.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mike.
And I'm Sham. And we're back. We're back with another hot topic today. Let's see what we're going to get into. This one's going to be short and spicy because we're trying to, shorten the length of the video a little bit. Because I know we'd be having a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we're trying to just kind
split it up.
bring it down or split it up some sort.
This looks like a band hat. What? Don't it? Like, those marching bands with the hat on their head?
Yep. The chef hat.
Like. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Anyways, so today's topic is just purely about would you care if your spouse had feelings about
their ex?
Would you care if your ex or if your spouse,
especially if their ex passed away?
if your spouse would you care if your spouse go to their funeral?
To their ex's funeral.
Yeah.
So me and Mike was having this little discussion a couple weeks ago on the phone. And I was trying to explain to him a little bit of my thoughts on it. And we decided to just make it into a video for you guys. So, yeah. Would you care, especially if we're not talking about if the person's still alive. Because we already know you have to get over your ex. But if they're passed away and there's still feelings there. How would you feel about that?
Yeah. Like, how would you try to actually talk to...
Be understanding?
Yeah. Try to talk to your spouse about trying to understand their feelings of, whatnot. Like, I'm trying to figure out how can you tell somebody that their ex has already passed away and that you somehow have to move on. There's nothing you can do to bring them back. Obviously, you're gonna have memories. You're still gonna have ties together, like family and little kids and things like that. But ultimately, like, is it okay to hold on to it? Like, that's my question. Like, is it okay for you to hold on to somebody who you care dearly, and they passed away? Like, do you even care about that?
Holding on, I would say no. There's a difference between the memory still being there and the thought coming up every so often. You're like, damn, like this person died. And holding on to it to where it affects your current relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be to that point where it affects what you're trying to build and what you're trying to be in to move forward.
I agree.
But you still want a little level of understanding, because you also don't want it to be where you can't talk about it with your partner. I know it's going to be a little bit awkward, of course, but if there's like a unresolved thing there that you want to talk about, you should be able to talk about it with your partner. But you don't want to hold on to it where it becomes a problem every day in that conversation.
Yeah.
Like every time you guys argue, it's going to be about that. Like, I don't think you have to hold on to it, but I do understand where someone is coming from, especially when they were together for a long time. They have kids, they build a family, they live together for years. It's going to take a little bit more than just someone who you were with for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I don't think it should become a problem to that point.
Because, like I was telling her, I was talking to a person that was dealing with that same situation where that person had still some kind of caring feelings for their ex past spouse, like baby daddy, I guess you could say. And they're with somebody right now. They're not married, but they're just boyfriends and girlfriends. They've been together for over 5 years, and it's
how long the person passed away?
I don't know.
Like, is it recent? Or
I don't think it's recent.
Yeah.
It's been. I want to say it's been a couple of years because even she's talked about it with the kids and things like that. So it's like I was trying to understand her side, but I also was trying to understand his side because I'm not gonna bring it up, but I've gone through it, so I understand in some way. But I also actually communicated with the person.
I can share my experience. I'm not ashamed to talk just a little bit about it. I don't have to go.
I wasn't trying to, but
it's okay. It's like I've had. To me, mine is different from that person. That person had kids, lived together, grown adults, whatever you want to call it. For me, I was a teenager when we met, so it was like a high school relationship type situation. So when he died, it was more like I cared because I knew him as a friend, I guess. Like Mike was saying, oh, it's just feelings there. I'm like, no. It's not just feelings of like, oh, you're still in love with the person. It's just feelings of, I knew you.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it didn't end on bad terms. I think a lot of times when people say, don't be friends with your ex, don't be friends with your ex. Not all relationships end terrible.
Yeah.
Not all relationships were abusive and all this other stuff that comes along with it. Or toxic, I should say.
Yeah.
For me, I was in a high school type relationship. And pretty much my first in terms of, what do you want to call that? Mature relationship?
Mm-hmm.
17, 18, 19. I left Jamaica when I was 18. So, I mean, I hadn't really experienced anything. I didn't live with the person. I didn't do all that other stuff with the person. But for me, it started as a friendship. And in Jamaica, everything is more community-based. Like, everybody know everybody. We're all family. We all hang together. We're all friends. We do the same thing. So, for me, when he passed, it was more of that friendship. Like, you lost a friend.
Yeah.
Not like my ex, you know? So for me, I wouldn't say there's any type of feelings there to prevent me from doing anything with anybody else. But sometimes the thought do come across, you're like, geez, like that person didn't live that long that you hope they had lived long. Like we all want to be old and gray and whatever. And when you lose someone in their 20s and 30s, that kind of hit differently. Like,
I think that's what she's failing to try to explain to him, that it wasn't just, you know, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-baby
you lived
daddy.
With this person, you did things with this person.
I think she's failing to explain to him that, hey, you know, it's more than that. It's just, it's a friendship. Like I lost a good friend, and I think ultimately that's what she needs. You know what I mean?
You know, because even though I went through a breakup, after a couple of years, we were able to get to a point where it was like, hey, sorry that it went down that way and you found out about my other relationship this way, but we're good. And it's like, okay, we're cool.
Yeah.
You know, and we had relationship conversations and, you know, about like relationship issues that he was having before he died, you know, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it was a friendship. And like I said, it was a community. I knew the mom, I knew the sister, I knew the friends. We also all went through like losing another friend. So that was something that we've all been through already. So when we lost somebody else, it was like, dang, like, you know, stuff like that. But I don't think, you know, I think it's the communication that becomes the problem. It's not even the history of that. Maybe he's not even trying to understand where she's coming from.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just being impatient of her moving on. Maybe he's
something
not being
like
patient
that,
enough,
you know,
to let her get over it on her own.
Because even for me, when I chose to go to the funeral, I know Mike wasn't like 100% happy with it.
No.
But he was okay enough to... we didn't have like a big blow up over it.
No.
But I was just like, hey, this is what it is and I need you to understand. I know in that moment it probably felt a little selfish. But it was just like, I needed him to understand why I needed to go. Like, it wasn't just for me and I'm going to my ex funeral. It was for the community, for our friends, for my mom, for everybody. We all were in this, like, grieving together, and I was in the position to be able to go. I wouldn't, like, go out of my way, but I was in the position to be able to go, and I just felt like I needed to be there if I could, type of thing. So I think it comes down to communicating. All of that comes back to communication, because if I'm just shutting down when he brings up certain things that he's concerned about, that doesn't help. No. And if I'm trying to explain why this is an issue or why I feel the way I feel and he's not trying to receive it, that's the communication. And I think, like we've already talked about communication, I think communication is the biggest thing in a relationship, and ultimately if you don't have that together, that can be a downfall. Some people are like, they block your explanation. When you're trying to explain something, it's just like, I don't even want to hear what you have to say. It is my way or no other way. Just get over it. You cannot approach me with get over it. That's not going to end well. Let's talk about it. Let's hear my side and I'll hear your side. And if I feel like I need a little time, I need a little time. And that's where it comes down to. I just feel like, you know, he just needs to be able to hear where she's coming from a little bit more deeper and have an understanding, because I don't think he understands that. I think he understands like, well, you know, the fact that you still have some kind of caring feelings, and that goes for exes in general without them even dying. Daddy, a lot of times it's just like, you shouldn't be friends with your ex.
Yeah, and ultimately,
and
like,
I get where it's coming from. If it's like affecting, like if I'm spending more time with my ex and I'm doing stuff at home with you, then of course that's an issue. Like it shouldn't be like I'm in bed at 12 o'clock and my ex calling me.
Yeah.
Or I went to dinner with my ex.
Yeah.
Everything is about that's when it becomes a problem. But if you just like I still have your number, here and there I say hi, you say hi. I don't see what the big issue is if it wasn't like a toxic situation or it affecting what we're trying to do. Because I've seen that too, where it's like the person is so close with the ex more than what they are with the person they're with. Like they're doing more with that person than the new person. So it's which one you want to be. You want to be over there or you want to be over here?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, I might actually share this one with her and hopefully she doesn't get.
Yeah, we're just generalizing. Because like I said, that's why I wanted to bring up that I've been through a little bit of that too, with going to my ex's funeral and still had each other's number and stuff like that. Like whenever I went to Jamaica, I would pass by him. I'm going to say hi. I'm not mad, but stuff like that. That's why I wanted to share that. So I've been through it. I only didn't go through like living with the person, having kids with the person, which to me makes it more complicated.
Yeah.
But it takes time to get over grief. Even if you push it to the back, it's going to come up here and there. And, whoever you lost, like your partner need to be able to understand that you may just break down and cry one day. It's not that your kids lost their dad.
Yeah.
It's deeper than just me and you.
I think that's what's like hurting her the most is because, her kids... all three kids that she has are all from the same guy. So
exactly.
It's like,
that means they were together for a while. They were building something, and the kids lost. It don't matter if you bring another man into the picture who help with the kids.
Yeah,
they lost their dad.
Yeah, and I don't think they will be able to understand that until they like get older.
Yeah. And she's gonna have to explain what happened to them,
and then that can bring up a lot of like.
Oh yeah, that's why I said certain things will bring up memories,
and that's gonna trigger another situation where she might actually bust out crying.
That's what I'm saying. Certain things will bring up memories, and you're just like, wow, like I can't even believe you actually died. Like I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't think for me anything has ever affected Mike. Like from day one, I don't think any of it.
I think ultimately, like I already like. I don't want to sound cocky, but I did secure the bag. So it's like...
No, what bag? The broke bag.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. And I didn't need to know that.
What bag you secured?
You? What you talking about?
I'm the bag?
Broke? You're not broke.
You found me with nothing. So
it does not matter.
What bag did you secure?
It's not about the material. It's about the feelings and everything else.
You just knew.
Yeah.
This was a big bag.
Yeah, I wouldn't have... Hell, you could have gone and see 2, 3 of your ex-boyfriend who have died, and I wouldn't even care. They're all dead. Damn. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, rest in peace their soul, but I'm just saying.
I'm glad you said that, though, because that's kind of what it is, too, is insecurities.
Yeah.
What are you insecure about?
Yeah.
You got me. I'm here.
Yeah.
What is there for you to be insecure about?
Yep.
Like I said, if I'm not doing things like spending time with this person, doing all this stuff, and especially when they die, what are you insecure about?
Yep. You're right. You're right.
You just need to be understanding to human feelings. The feelings are not gone in terms of caring for, you lost someone you cared about. That's just it. Maybe a lot of people don't start with friendship, which they should.
But they did. They actually, I think she met him.
I'm saying not her.
School.
That's a good thing. But I'm saying a lot of people who don't understand. Maybe their ex relationships never was a good friendship.
Yeah.
So when that person died, they don't care. Yeah. I care. I think about people and I'm like, I wonder what they're up to these days. I hope they're doing good. Like, that's just how I am. I knew you. I feel like everybody come into your life for a reason and you're going to care about them forever. And it should be, nothing is wrong with that, basically. It's not that.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike not friends with any of his exes. I didn't tell him not to.
I just... Like, that's going to be for another topic.
I don't think you had a deep enough relationship with them for you to be friends with them.
I did. My high school sweetheart, I had a deep connection with her.
Have you talked to her ever since?
I mean, before, but not recently. Not recently.
Don't be ashamed.
I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. You see, I barely be on Facebook.
I know.
I don't even have her number.
That's just how he is. I didn't force him to do anything.
I just don't think that it's necessary for me, in my opinion. If that person wanted to talk to me and have that friendship, they will try that
No,
part.
no, I understand.
But
You're not
in
gonna
my
be friends
opinion,
with everybody.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I
Some
have guy
people get
friends.
left
It's just-
behind, and that's fine. But then some people is in your life forever.
Yep.
And that's fine too. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Let
That's
us
pretty
know
much
what
it.
you think about that.
I want to know what
Yeah.
you guys think. Like, how would you feel if that was to happen to you? You know, let's chat a little bit more about this, because I feel like there's people out there that may have gone through it or going through something
It's
like that
different
right
when
now.
you've been through it.
It may need like some guidance, and I want to see. You know, we want to see what you guys have to say about it. You know.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's that the conversation is about you guys. We want to try to help you, no matter what. So, for sure, just leave us down a comment. Let us know what you think. Leave us a like if you haven't done so. Subscribe
We're
down
back.
below
We're back,
if you haven't
baby.
subscribed. Sorry for the 2 weeks of a little break that we
Somebody
took.
had to work.
I had to work. They sent me to another state. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye.